Welcome to Mr. English Cafe. Have you ever overreacted to a small mistake at work? Maybe your boss gave you a tiny bit of feedback and suddenly you felt like a scared 7-year-old waiting to be punished. Or perhaps you feel a deep, unexplained sadness when a friend doesn't text back immediately. Why does that happen? It's because that little you is still living inside, reacting to old wounds. Today, we're going to help that child heal. Think for a second, when was the last time you felt a big emotion that didn't quite match the situation? Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Joe and I am so glad you're here with me today. Whether you're commuting, doing dishes, or just taking a quiet moment for yourself, thank you for choosing to spend it here. Today's topic is very close to my heart. Healing your inner child. We're going to look at 3 simple but deep steps to let go of the past. If you find this episode helpful, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It really helps our community grow so we can support more people just like you. Let's dive in. So, what is this inner child? Imagine your brain is like a library. The first books put on the shelves were written when you were 5, 8, or 12 years old. If those early books say I am not good enough, you still read them today as an adult. Step 1. Awareness meeting the child. Most of us spend our lives trying to ignore our painful memories. We stay busy or scroll on our phones, but the first step to healing is noticing. Your colleague forgets to invite you to a lunch meeting. Instead of thinking they forgot, you feel a deep pain in your chest like you are being excluded from the playground again. Your partner is 10 minutes late. Instead of thinking traffic is bad, you feel a panic that they are leaving you forever. That panic is a memory. Your adult brain knows traffic exists, but your inner child remembers being left alone at school. When you notice this, you can say, "Oh, that's my 6-year-old self feeling scared right now." Step 2. Validation listening without judgment. Validation means saying, "It is okay to feel this way." We often try to logic our way out of feelings, but feelings don't use logic. You drop a glass of water and it breaks. You immediately start calling yourself clumsy or stupid. If a real child dropped a glass, you wouldn't scream at them, you would check if they were cut. To validate yourself, stop and say, "I'm startled and stressed right now, and that's okay." It was just an accident. By accepting the feeling, it actually loses its power over you. Step 3. Reparenting, giving yourself what you missed. This is where the magic happens. Reparenting means taking responsibility for your own happiness today. If you grew up in a house where you had to earn love by being perfect, you might never say no to people. Reparenting is saying, "I love myself even when I rest." If you were forced to grow up too fast, reparenting is allowing yourself to be silly. Maybe you buy the colorful cereal you weren't allowed to have, or you spend an hour drawing with crayons. You're proving to your inner child that you are the hero they needed back then. You're creating a safe world for them now. I want to share 2 quotes that have helped millions of people. First, from Thich Nhat Hanh, a famous monk and teacher of peace, he once said, "The cry we hear from deep in our hearts comes from the wounded child within. Healing this child's pain is the key to transforming our lives. Thich Nhat Hanh believed that we shouldn't run away from our suffering. He taught that we should carry our inner child like a big brother carries a little brother. If you are angry, don't hate the anger. Instead, talk to it. Say, "Hello, my little anger. I am here for you." This changes your life because you stop fighting yourself and start loving yourself. Next, from Bessel van der Kolk, the author of the famous book The Body Keeps the Score. Being able to feel safe with other people is probably the single most important aspect of mental health. This book is a masterpiece because it explains that trauma isn't just a thought in your head. It lives in your body, in your tight shoulders, your fast heartbeat, and your stomach aches. When he says the body keeps the score, he means your body remembers the past even if your mind tries to forget. Healing means teaching your body that it is finally safe to relax. How do we put this into practice? Here are 3 deep suggestions. 1. The photo technique. Find a photo of yourself as a young child. Place it somewhere you see every day, maybe on your fridge or as your phone wallpaper. When you have a hard day, look at that photo and ask, what does this little person need right now? It is much harder to be mean to yourself when you are looking at your own innocent face. 2. The non-dominant letter. Take a piece of paper. Use your smart hand to write a question. How are you feeling today? Then put the pen in your other hand, the one you don't usually use. Let that hand answer. Usually, the handwriting looks like a child's, and the answers are very honest and emotional. It's a direct line to your heart. 3. Daily safety check. 3 times a day, stop and breathe. Ask yourself, am I safe right now? Look around. See the walls, the chair, the light. Remind your body, the past is over. I'm safe in this room. This helps reset your nervous system. To wrap things up, remember, healing is not about fixing something that is broken. You are not broken. You are a person who survived. Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting it. It means the past no longer controls your today. You are the adult now, and you are doing a great job. Thank you for listening to this journey into the heart. We've talked about noticing our triggers, being kind to our younger selves, and building a sense of safety in our bodies. Before you go, I want to ask you a deep question for our community. What is one thing you loved doing as a child, like drawing, jumping in puddles, or singing that you haven't done in years? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this episode. I'm Joe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care of yourself and that inner child. How long has it been since you let yourself play? Thanks for joining us. In this podcast, you've learned the following. Let's read aloud. The cry we hear from deep in our hearts comes from the wounded child within. Healing this child's pain is the key to transforming our lives. The cry we hear from deep in our hearts comes from the wounded child within. Healing this child's pain is the key to transforming our lives. Being able to feel safe with other people is probably the single most important aspect of mental health. Being able to feel safe with other people is probably the single most important aspect of mental health. Overreact. I'm sorry I yelled. I didn't mean to overreact to your joke. The market tends to overreact to every bit of small news. Don't overreact, it's just a tiny scratch on the car. Commute. My daily commute to the city takes about 45 minutes by train. Many people listen to podcasts to pass the time during their commute. She decided to move closer to the office to shorten her commute. Validate. It's important to validate your partner's feelings even if you disagree. The research results helped to validate his long-standing theory. Please remember to validate your parking ticket before leaving the mall. Clumsy. I'm so clumsy that I constantly trip over my own feet. It was a clumsy attempt at an apology, but he meant well. The puppy is still a bit clumsy and often bumps into the furniture. Startle. The loud thunder managed to startle the sleeping cat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you when I walked in. A sudden noise behind her caused her to startle and drop her keys. Jump in puddles. The children put on their rain boots so they could jump in puddles. After the rain stopped, the toddlers spent the afternoon jumping in puddles. Sometimes we need to be like kids and just jump in puddles to have fun. Feel free to read it aloud. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below.